I've not used this before, so I'm just trying it out.
Like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit a rewind. You wanna come over, just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Hey buddy, no strangers here. These times I hold them dear. My door's open, so come on in. This was great, let's do it again. Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly.
Yo, Joe! And maybe a little bit of full force happening today. You'll have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. How are you going, buddy?
I'm excellent, mate. How are you?
Oh, mate, I couldn't possibly be any better. We're going to talk G.I. Joe. In a way, we're going to talk about G.I. Joe. I think this is more G.I. Joe adjacent. This is not quite main G.I. Joe, and you're going to figure out why. First of all, have you seen G.I. Joe the movie, the animated one?
I think when I was a kid, but not since. So
that's okay.
Nothing about it.
Well, the guys we're going to talk about today, the Renegades, the characters that were introduced in G.I. Joe the movie, the animated movie. Great movie. I love that movie, and I'm all in on the Cobra La stuff. If anyone's wondering, I think we've talked a little bit about Cobra La before, David. If not, I think we're gonna do a follow-up after this one, because today we're looking at the Renegades, a 3-pack. All three came together in a 3-pack, or did they? Oh, did they or didn't they? We're going to find out. I got so many slides. I hope you're intrigued, because I put a little bit of effort in today. Now I'm not known for my slides, and I'm not known for my effort. I'm known for bad internet. I'm known for freezing on screen, on camera, and I'm known for maybe a few too many clips. But effort, you can't accuse me of ever having any effort. But today I've got 4 bundles of slides to look at. I went full force on it all. Let's say hi to the chat, and then we'll get into the show. Johnny Sorensen was here very early, saying he's tougher than Bigfoot, and made Luigi do push-ups. Who could it be now? Good stuff. Good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, Kenny, good to see you guys. Good to see you too. Kimbo with a ding, ding, ding. Channel member. Keep on collecting the cock boys. Which one do you reckon? Do you reckon this is both of them?
It's Matt. It's always Matt.
I like to believe that they sit on the couch together with some popcorn and some soda, and they just both watch us. Great father-son duo. Well, the Lilith was also here with a good evening. Before the show, Lilith did hit me up with a couple of images. I appreciate that. Great source of G.I. Joe information, Australian-specific stuff too. They'll know stuff that I didn't know, and I grew up here. We will find out everyone's favorite Renegade, and at the end of this, Nate, I hope that you will form an opinion also on picking a favorite Renegade.
I've been known to make opinions from time to time.
Chasing 80s Toys in here. Who do you think this is out of Chasing 80s Toys? Do you reckon this is all of them?
Totally.
I think that they all sit down with their popcorn and soda, and they all sit down and watch our show. Good to see you, Chasing 80s Toys. I have my suspicions. Michael's here. Good morning, everyone. And TJC. Good morning, all. I think I saw some more people drop into. I'm knowing how to keep a good beard. I appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. And I thought I saw someone else jumping in then for a second. Maybe not. Maybe not. But thanks
was
for
in the
everybody. Who's that?
Wilhelm?
Oh, there he is. Wilhelm, hello,
Found it.
buddy. There he is. Hey, Will. Good to see you, mate. Do you reckon this is all of Wilhelm Toy and Hobby, or because I reckon they get together with their pop?
I reckon it's just Hobby. The toys elsewhere.
Yeah. It's nice to have everybody dropping in. If you aren't familiar with Nate's channel, I don't know why you wouldn't be. The link is in the description for Nate's channel. Do make sure you go hit that link and subscribe to his channel. Great stuff over there. So good. You're like a wizard. Between you and Adam, I've got all the content I need about creating your own action figures and or fixing them up.
Yeah, we got.
Oh yeah. The link is in the description.
Check it out one time, won't you?
First clip of the night.
Right, yes. Don't just check it out one time. Check it out all the time. It's good stuff. I think my clips are running slow. Either that or I am. Yeah. So anyway, and do check out Chasing 80s Toys. They had a really great flashback video on looked like old West times. Check that out. One of my favorite videos. Also, check out everyone's channel that's here. Wilhelm Toy and Hobby's channel. Great stuff. TJC's channel. Great stuff. Nodzy has dropped in. Hey, all. How are you, buddy? Do you reckon this is all of Nodzy? Or no? I can't do that with everyone. Check out Keep On Collecting's channel. Great stuff. Everyone's channel's all good. Johnny Sorensen, check out that channel. Everyone's got great channels. We just sort of muck around here. But yeah, that was the last video I watched on Chasing 80s Toys. Was a great I believe it was from a VHS uploaded onto YouTube. Great music. I recognize some Red Dead Redemption music on there. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, moving on. We're gonna play the thing. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna do the thing.
We're gonna do the thing. Here we go.
It's time for everyone's favorite educational program. Oh, ring a bell. Yay!
Yay! I reckon it's mostly because of the time zone. I reckon it's got to be Chris from Chasing 80s Toys, in case you were trying to debate if it was all of them or not. And I think it's Will. What's Will doing up so early? All right, so today we're looking at the Renegades. Do you know about any of these Renegades off the top of your head?
No.
So what I heard from the commentary, if my memory serves me correctly, the original concept idea for the Renegades, they based them off of Dolph Lundgren, the Iron Sheik, and I believe the other one was Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. I think that's right. If I'm wrong, don't shoot me. But throw it in the chat if that does sound. The one that I might be off on might be Jimmy Snuka. But I think that's sort of the three that they mentioned that they were based on. And we're going to start with a cool image of the Renegades from G.I. Joe the movie. These are Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades. And oh, good, I got that right. Cool. Thank you. And from left to right, we're looking at Red Dog. In the center, Taurus. And on the end there is Mercer. And early in, we've got Mercer is the best. Okay. I have my own personal favorite. And that's my good pal Taurus in the center there. We're part of Beard Force. Nate, you can also be a part of Beard Force too. I don't know. I think out of the three of them, he's sort of like the more unique. But we're gonna, as we go, don't let me influence you though, Nate. All right, don't let me influence you on that. But just looking at this image alone, who do you think would you gravitate towards?
I don't know. I really don't know.
That's fine. That's what we're here for.
Probably the middle guy because he's got a big sword.
He does have a big sword. That is that will come into play a little later. Oh, G-Force Racing, turning that corner, hitting #1 top spot. How are you, my friend? That's a fun fact I did not know, that I like Taurus or who they were based on. I think if ever I go bald, I'll be all right. That's fine. I'll just grab a yellow shirt and I can be Taurus. Get me a sword. Get me a big sword. Yeah. So let's have a look. The 3 Renegades came in a 3-pack. Pow! Look at that dynamic art. Straight off the bat, I will say that they made a mistake here. Hey, Zombie Hunter 115. That kill count getting ever higher. Seems to be only 115 every time. But what you don't realize is actually 115 again. That's how many times? 115 again. Every time. Yeah. He just keeps adding up. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. They came in a 3-pack. Now, I think that they missed a spot where they could have put Mercer in the center and had Taurus on the left in order to really highlight the image, the dynamic punching through the wall. That's the way to do it too. If you're gonna be a tough as nails group of renegades, you wouldn't jump a wall, you'd go through it.
Yeah, you don't use doors, that's for sure.
Doors are for schmucks. In fact, the door is just off the panel. You can't see, it's just right next to Taurus. They're like, nah. They're doing it Kool-Aid style. Did you know Taurus
accidentally trying to knock but going a bit too hard and going through the wall instead?
Yeah, well, it looks like Taurus and Red Dog have both knocked on it very hard, and Mercer in the center there has decided to put a boot through it. Apparently, Taurus was supposed to come with a pet monkey. That would have been cool. What would the monkey have been called? Because all the G.I. Joes name their pet companions. So what do we think the monkey would be called? Well, he's named Taurus, which is like a zodiac sign, right? But a monkey is like the Japanese, isn't it? Year of the monkey, or is that Chinese? Don't get me in trouble here.
Japanese do the year of the thing, I think.
Is it Year of the Monkey?
I'm not sure now.
Either way, let's call him.
Where's Phil?
Yeah, where's Phil when we need him? Let's just call him Tails and be done with it. Sound off in the chat. What do you think they would have called the monkey? Maybe they would have just called him Zodiac the monkey. The interesting thing about this image is Mercer in particular. He has blonde hair, just like Dolph Lundgren, but his action figure has brown hair.
That's weird. I wonder why they made the change.
I'm not sure. Mess with the ball, you get the monkey. Did you know? Did you know there's a character called Big Lob who eventually got a G.I. Joe character, and then the unfortunate part of that, this is for people in the chat, the unfortunate part of that is that they reused Mercer's head for it, which I think is boo. Sculpt a new head. Boo, yeah. We'll do a Big Lob video eventually, and you'll know who I'm talking about. Eldor's here. How are you, good sir?
Oh.
Do please hit that like button. We appreciate it. Makes us feel good. I think it was Kimbo that said that it gives, when you hit the like button, it gives you compliments. That's the new thing. Skyfall, falling from the sky to say hi. How are you, buddy? Did you see Space Commander while you're up there? So I came in a 3-pack. Now, the good thing about this, Nate, is that I don't have to ask you to pick. You don't have to pick one. You just have to decide whether or not you think this was a pretty cool-looking 3-pack that you would have picked up when you were a kid. You don't have to pick one. You can have all of them if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great deal. Great deal. Now, they come with 3 backpacks and 3 weapons. The interesting thing about this, and we will cover it a bit later in more specifics, but I guess as a kid, if you picked up this set, you weren't really sure, other than the picture, who got what gun, right? You have to sort of marry it up with the picture. But the backpacks are a bit different. They're like, oh, who gets what backpack, I wonder? That answer may come up later, because I was scratching my head about that. I was like, how did they figure out the backpacks? Like, everywhere seemed to be like, this is the backpacks that they come with. I'm like, who says? Who says? Who says that? But I think I figured it out. But we haven't got there yet. But that is a great backpack. Backpack. Yeah, it is. It is a great backpack, but it's also a great 3-pack.
Yeah.
Now, the names are underneath each character. You might only just see them there. But displayed in big text, it says Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades. Right now, I don't believe that there was actually a Sergeant Slaughter available at the time that this one came out, but the Triple T had come out before this, maybe the year before the Triple T came out with Sarge. That's why I got a little Sarge in the corner. I couldn't have a Renegade scene without having a little sneak peek of Sergeant Slaughter in the corner. But great stuff. All right, so we're going to look at Taurus first. I got this from Yo Joe, but Lilith a little while ago, after I already put these slides together, put me in good hands with some other, this exact image, in fact. But so thanks, Lilith, for that. I already had the Yo Joe images, but I do appreciate it. Well, here we go with the monkey. Was the monkey Yobbo recently included with Classified's Norgahide? Could you imagine that? He jumped ship. He jumped ship and went to the Dreadnoks. Maybe. That's a good question. And yeah, Vivian would have made a great Renegade. I reckon a lot of them would have made a good Renegade from that. Anyhow, so you don't have to read this text, because I do have the unless you want to read it from here, but I do have a closer image of their file cards later if you want to read the text there. But I thought this was a pretty cool image of Taurus.
Yeah, again,
do you want to try?
They haven't matched the hair to the figure there.
No, they've really dumbed down his eyebrows, because as I get older, my eyebrows kind of want to flay out, which is also another thing I liked about the toy. But they've dumbed down his eyebrows here, and they've sort of dulled his beard. It's not quite as red in this picture. It does seem to have a bit of a metal crutch though, which I guess
he's fresh out of the salon here.
fresh cut Taurus. Do you want to have a go at probably trying to pronounce that file name?
Karagoz Mustafa.
Yep, that's how I would have said it too. That's exactly how I would have said it. We'll have a look at the file card in a minute, and so we can get a better look at that text. But I do think it was a great looking image of Taurus. The thing about Taurus, which separates him from the other two, which is what I like about him, is that his color palette is quite different. It's greens and yellows, where the other two are blues and reds, right? Nothing wrong with blues and reds, but I think that he's really leaned into a different color palette that is more unique to him. And we'll take a close look at his action figure from 3D Joe's. Took this picture. Oh, how good does he look?
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm not sure what that gun's called, but it's got. No, go ahead.
It's a well sculpted beard. If you look at the way they've sculpted it, it's pretty clever that it hasn't it wouldn't restrict his movement all that much, like his articulation. It's cool. Very ginger.
Yes, extreme. His eyes are even ginger. Oh, they turned his beard down to 2 from the 11 of his action figure. I agree. You know what? Now that I think about it, looking at the eye color, maybe they didn't make Mercer blonde, because then they could go, well, we don't really want to make his eyes blonde and his eyebrows blonde, so we'll make his hair brown and make his eyes brown. I reckon that's what it was. That's what I was.
Yeah, probably.
How cool is that belt buckle?
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome.
Is it an
eagle or something on it?
I think it's an eagle. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you on that. But his weapon also seems to have a wooden grain stock, even though it's all in a silver color or a grey color. That is meant to be wood. And I would like to. He is a great figure. He is a great figure. I like they've sculpted pads on his legs, but they've when the knee bends, it doesn't break it up too much, and I think it still looks pretty appropriate. I like the green. He's got the sort of second belt holster. The brown backpack with the loop is apparently his. He's got cool shoulder pads, almost like Wolverine.
Yeah, I see it.
Taurus has more armor bits too. Yeah, he's got that metal crutch piece. He's got the shoulder pads. He's got the brace on his arm. This guy's got it going on. And I got another image, another dynamic pose of Taurus. Pow, pow. Looks like he's got a knife there. Little belt pouch. Man, he just looks like, this guy looks like a soldier. You know what I mean? Like a soldier, not necessarily a soldier in any unit specifically, you know, but he looks like, you know, if you're watching an action movie, he'd be front and center in that action flick. Good stuff.
Something I like about the Joes is that the extra, like the sculpted on weapons and accessories, like they went to the trouble of making sure they looked very detailed. Like, you know, so even though you can't remove these weapons or whatever, it almost looks like you could like to your child brain.
Yeah.
Like that would count as he has a weapon.
That's right. Yeah. A little bit of world building, and I like that they've painted them. Sometimes they go without paint, which is unfortunate. But I like that the paint that they have used, and they've really sort of picked out the grenades and so forth on his shoulder there in black, and that's fine because at least they are painted. And black's a pretty good color if you're going to use it.
Yeah, it looks better than like the silver ones and stuff that we've seen.
Yeah,
before.
Snow Job, Salty Uncle. Yeah, we had a quick look at Snow Job on the last episode. The original price. Here we go. This is what I'm saying with all the knowledge for the Aussies. The original price for the 3-pack was around $11-ish of dollary dues. Was only available in selective shops. Not everywhere had them. So I remember seeing them. And I think it was at a Kmart where I saw them. That's what I think. It was Kmart where I saw them. Fun fact: that pouch is full of delicious tater tots.
Yeah,
I do love a tater tot. I reckon if it's not tater tot,
that's canon now. It's a tater tot pouch.
Yep.
I approve this message.
I do too. Nope. I believe it. It's too late.
Yep, it's canon.
It's canon. It's in there. It's true. Tater tots. Oh, nice. You got the 3-pack for Chris. What a gift. Nice. What a great gift. Did you have Sergeant Slaughter as well to go with them? Here's Kiwi, Cambo, Yo Joe. How are you, mate? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I just love this guy so much. Yeah, great. Oh, Kmart. Yeah. Kmart and Target got him. Toy World and Venture had Cobra Lars. Oh, okay. Smash that like button. Cheers, my friend. Please do. So let's have a look at the file card. And the file card doesn't really that's not really what sways me on making it my favorite character, but I do love the file card. I think this is just my favorite character because I like the unique look of him. I like his the uniform colors, and I like that cool twirled mustachio of his. All right.
Yeah.
Pow. Here we go. Give that a crack.
Oh, he's actually ginger in this one.
Look at that beard. It's like got double duty on the mustache. It's like mustache here.
You had an excess of beard wax.
Great guy.
Okay. So he's military. Oh, he's got a different name.
What the? Hang on a minute. Let's take it. I did not notice this before. So we had Karago's Mustafa for this file name, and then they changed it. Oh, I've gone too far. And then they changed it. All right. We got a different name.
Avazigan Varujan from Istanbul. So he's the demolitions guy. Pay grade. I didn't realize they put pay grades on here. E5. Anyway, the Renegades aren't carried on the rosters of any existing military unit. There is no computer access to their dossiers, and they are paid through a special fund earmarked for Pentagon Pest Control. This gives the Renegades freedom of operation that the Joes can't match. It also means that the government can deny everything if they're caught.
Wow.
I just like that they felt the need to insert like the GI Joes are like the wholesome group, and they felt like they needed someone with a bit of edge.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Yeah. Taurus was a circus acrobat in Europe who did occasional undercover work for Interpol. His circus act involved breaking 2x4s on his own face, a feat which so impressed the GI Joe top brass he was recruited on the spot. Taurus has been trained in explosive and mountaineering and is fluent in a dozen languages. He's an animal. He stops hockey pucks with his forehead and opens bottles with his nostrils. Lucky for us, he does everything G.I. Joe HQ tells him. Like, that's a pretty low bar to be recruited into like a elite military unit, is that you can take a hit to the head.
Well, you know, if I had have known that smashing my face into things or stopping things with my face would have got me in G.I. Joe, I would have done a lot easier. But you know what they say?
Because knowing is half the battle.
Space Commander.
Space Commander.
Full force. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. I'm sure he's probably gone back to bed. Now, what you'll find as we go through the different file cards, that Taurus is probably the one that is most suited for G.I. Joe, even though he breaks stuff with his head and stuff, but he actually does have some history with doing like some espionage and undercover stuff with Interpol. You know, he's actually got some training behind him. Being a part of Interpol is no small feat, right? I mean, I think it probably takes a little bit more than smashing your face against something else to get into Interpol. Space Commander, you may be able to back me up on that. I'm not sure. Yeah, all right, I'll give that a crack. I'll try it. I'm going to need a lot of wax. And Campbell, I saw your message earlier saying you had the flu. I hope you feel better, buddy.
I hope you feel better, mate.
So what we get to do now is have a little sneak peek at what could have been the Taurus. We had a little bit of a spoiler before, but this is the figure we got. Yeah, he does. But I'm going to show you a picture of the prototype, and yeah, he's got that forked beard, all right. It's it almost makes his mustache and beard look like an X. X gonna give it to you.
He looks like he's 80.
Yeah, he's aged up a little. He's definitely hit things with his face. And he's got double braces on his arms as opposed to just the one that the toy came with.
Yeah, still pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. Like it's, I think it's a bit more grizzled than this handsome man, but yeah. Oh, check out the belt buckle. Yeah, and both look pretty cool. Yeah. Talk about detail. Yeah, so that's my favorite Taurus. And so far, we're 1/3 in. Yeah, see, that's using your head. So that's Taurus. What do you think as a character, as a design?
Yeah,
we're 1/3 in. How are we doing so far?
Yeah. Would buy. Add to cart.
Would add. Michael saying, I treat Taurus as a guy who went from undercover work for Interpol to going full-on vigilante justice on several bad guys. And then he was recruited by the Black Ops community when he got caught. Ooh. Even my dog likes that idea. Can you hear him in the background? He's like, yep. 2 braces on the tet. Yep, 2 of them. That's right. You got it. Yeah. Yo Joe from the G.I. Joe family. All right, so next we're going to look at just a recap who we have. We're going next on this 3-pack of Renegades. We're going to, and appropriate because my dog's barking in the background, we're going with Red Dog. All right, what's his name on this one? We'll double check that in a minute.
His Tapu David.
Right. So it must be David Tapu Tapu.
David Tapu Tapu.
All right, from Samoa. All right, we'll take a close. Let's take another look at David. That's David. Now, this was what's that, bud?
I was just saying that card art's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I do like this one. I feel like this is a continuation of the trend that G.I. Joe had with sports-themed G.I. Joes. So you had Bazooka, we had the refrigerator. We've got Red Dog now, so you could put together a whole sports team if you want. Oh, he really likes Red Dog. Shush! I'm on the live stream. I'm telling my stories. All right, let's have a look. Oh, so Red Dog was the only Samoan Joe. There you go. Knowing is half the battle. So let's take a close look at this guy. Now, this guy's also got a cool belt buckle. Number one, because he thinks he's the number one renegade, but we know the number one renegade to be Mark Potter. Was that a comment in the description of the thing that I didn't get to yet? Did we not? Was that in here somewhere? Head of the table? I'm not sure what you're referring to. We're gonna have a look at the file card in a minute. We can read that a little bit easier. Johnny, yo show. Thanks for showing up, buddy. So I like he's got a cool necklace with a giant tooth or fang or claw or something hanging off the end of it. He's got a cool belt buckle. He's got the headband too, which kind of reminds me of, remember Monkey Magic? He had a headband around. That was pretty cool. 2 braces on his arm. One's fully locked and one's wrap around. Yeah, this guy's. What do you think? What are we thinking? Is he going to take the number 1 spot?
He might. I like it.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He looks badass.
Yeah.
Pow! Look at that. Imagine walking in on this guy. He's like, no. I like that they've painted the gun in the holster a different color too, and it's not all just that brown. Yeah. They really did a great job with these Renegades.
Yeah.
Yeah, great sculpt. It's not the sports. I think the sports jersey works well on Red Dog because he's not exactly G.I. Joe. He's G.I. Joe adjacent.
Yeah. Not really expected to have a uniform.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so far they don't even know how to. At least it's matched with Mercer there, but Taurus has come in with his own colors. All right, let's take a look at his file card. The name's the same, at least.
Yeah. What's his special tree is infantry. Birthplace Pago Pago, Samoa. The place so nice they named it twice.
I like that.
I don't need to read that part because it's the same. Red Dog could have had a pro football career as a barefoot place kicker if a defensive lineman hadn't ground his cleats into the big Samoan's obtruding toe. What a jerk! Yeah,
what a jerk! Must have been a cobra.
The lineman ended up with a broken helmet and a concussion. Red Dog was suspended for excessive roughness. He later worked briefly as a stuntman in B movies until he was recruited by G.I. Joe Command. The other renegade. What was that? He was a stuntman.
He's a stuntman.
The other renegades think that Red Dog is a handy gun to have along on missions. If they encounter an obstacle of any kind, barricade, tank trap, phalanx of armed guards, they simply point Red Dog in the appropriate direction, let him go, and wait for the dust to settle. Now, that's pretty badass.
I'll say. And we all know that they can bust through a wall, no problem.
Yeah.
But that is badass. Now, I think the card art shows him to be quite tough, and I think that his action figure is a pretty good representation of that too. I guess if they gave him a bit more of a grimace, maybe. But I think, looking at this picture, I wouldn't mess with him. I wouldn't mess with him, and I know that I'm at least a little bit taller than 3 3/4. Yeah, but I like that. The gold paint's known to wear on these guys, though. So, you know, it's been, what, 30 years? It's okay. It's okay if it does that.
Yeah, most
But we-
of the gold paint does.
Yeah. It's no good.
Half of it goes out by now, too. I'm pretty sure they used copper in it.
Oh, don't lick your toys, then.
Yeah.
Fire time stuntman stories with Red Dog and Quick Kick. Oh yeah, it reminds them of monkey. They're getting a few monkey magic comments. Monkey magic. Let's have a look at the prototype. Yeah, that's a bit rough.
Yeah.
That looks like his kid brother wants to come out and play.
His head looks like Gary Coleman.
What you talking about, Red Dog? Oh man, well, it could have been. This guy, yeah, this is doing him no favors. I think we'll go with the original one for that. I mean, I like this guy, looks cool. This guy, not at all. And I thought this was a bit crazy, but at least it still has character.
Yeah,
that one's just sad. So I'm glad they didn't keep that one. Now we're 2 down. Have you got any indication of which way you might swing on the old Renegades department and pick a favorite yet?
Not sure yet. I will have to marinate.
Marinate on it, Gary Coleman. Yeah, that was a great comment. That was awesome. All right. So I don't know if you noticed, but Red Dog here has a thing on a stick, and Taurus has a sword there, and neither of them were packed with these accessories. Taurus did not have a sword. Red Dog did not have a thing on a stick. But now we're going to look at Mercer. Anything on Mercer here that stands out to you? It's okay if it doesn't. It's not a trick question.
Well, does he have a... Is that like a no Cobra badge on his jacket?
Yep, he sure does.
So
he's not a fan. He's not a fan. So again, here he is in a 3-pack with these guys. You didn't have to choose, or did you? We'll come to that a bit later. But here we are. Give us that name. This picture does not do him any justice, though. This is not a good picture. Out of the other ones that we had, this is the worst.
No, he's just kind of just looks like a generic dude.
Yeah.
Felix Stratton.
That's a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
But out of this, cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This, cool.
Yeah, they look like comic book art. That one just looks like, I don't know, a rush job.
Yeah, it's not cool. Cobra.
Someone draw a guy with a flat top.
Yeah, and not a very good one at that. I wanted a flat top when I was younger because of Vanilla Ice and other rappers of the time. I didn't have the hair for it. But pow! Look at this guy. Now that's some sculpt work going on there.
Yeah, he's well done.
There's no Cobra stamp on him though.
Sad.
That is a bit sad, but it's got a cool backpack, and the backpacks must just clip on the back. Like if you were talking about like real life, backpacks have like a, put them over your arm, and that's your backpack. These ones just no such thing.
I like it in the back of the shirt. A heavy ass magnetic plate.
It's on. It's never coming off. He's got a watch, and he's got a very long gun. And he's got one black glove.
I like the watch. It makes me think like very much like Secret Agent and the gun with the silencer. Yeah, very James Bond.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I was going to bag it out, but I like it now that you've said that. And he's got a weird thing around his arm, which isn't explained, but that may come into play later. We're gonna get to that a bit. We're gonna figure that out. Probably got the least exciting belt buckle out of the three of them.
Yeah, not much to it, is there?
Palatoy Action Force had real backpacks. Yeah, they did. They had straps and all. I like the legs. Got those caterpillars sculpted onto them. Some cool boots.
Yeah, yeah. They just walked out of a shrub. Just, ah. It looks like the ones that like, Timon and Pumbaa eat on the freaking Lion King.
Yeah, these ones are moist and plump. Let's take a look at the file card. This one I think is going to blow your mind. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Pow.
He looks like Duke Nukem.
He does a little bit look like Duke Nukem. He does a little. We'll give you that.
So he's still Felix Stratton, small arms armorer from West Virginia.
Mountain Mama. There you go.
Mercer.
Long number.
Oh, he's a Viper that defected. That's cool. Cobra Viper that ever defected to the Joes and survived.
Hey, Gaz.
Hey, Gaz. He had joined Cobra for the adventure and the promise of material gain, but soon grew disaffected with the Cobra philosophy. He escaped Cobra Island by hot-wiring a hydrofoil and outrunning his pursuers across the Gulf of Mexico. Mercer is proficient with all Cobra small arms and explosive devices. Mercer found his true home with the Renegades. He gets 3 meals a day, a warm place to sleep, and a chance to shoot at cobras.
Oh, yeah. So
badass as well.
So bad. All 3 of them are pretty badass, right? GeForce Racing saying Mercer looks like a dude playing an action star, like Dolph Lundgren, maybe. As mentioned before, possibly modeled after Dolph Lundgren, hence the blonde hair and the flat top. But okay, that's pretty badass, right? Ex-Cobra Viper, who's seen the light. That explains the no Cobra.
Yep.
We're gonna take a quick look at his what did I say? There were prototypes, right? Now, Taurus prototype, not bad. All right, we'll agree it wasn't bad. The Red Dog prototype, I think we'll agree that is pretty bad. Where do we think we're going to go with Mercer? Is they going to skew on the bad or the not so bad?
I'm gonna guess not so bad.
It's like you look at
it's Elmer Fudd with a flat top.
He's hunting cobra.
He's very quiet.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, thanks for staying up a bit, Cambo. Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Yo, Joe. He does look a little bit like Batista. If Batista was stung by a bee.
Yeah.
All right. So guess what? Okay. Do you think you could pick? Do you think you could pick one now, or not so much?
I don't know. I really don't.
Well, at this stage, you don't have to pick. They come in a 3-pack.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. I won't make you pick today. You could have picked them all up if you wanted to. I may make your life a little bit harder later, but in the meantime, let's have a look at what a Cobra Viper is, just for a bit of a bonus. So this was what a young Roseanne. That's messed up.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. That's gotta hurt. That's good though. That's great. So Mercer was an ex-Cobra Viper who'd seen the light, and this is the uniform that he would have had on. And I think that his uniform, if we have a look at it here, I mean, you can kind of see with the blue pants, it still looks a little bit Cobra-ish.
Mm. It would be cool. It'd be cool, like if they had have sculpted it so it looked like, you know, he'd ripped the Cobra logo off.
Yes, that would have been very cool.
and just like colored some things in different colors. So he's just he's just still got his gear that he's familiar with, but he's just modified it.
Like if he came with the same gun as well, that would have been cool. Yeah, pesky wabbits. Yeah, that's why he joined Cobra. That's hilarious. Let's have a look at the file card and see what Mercer would have been. I got some more image of a Cobra Viper. I didn't realize I took this image from 3D Joe's. Check them out. The best place to go for all things G.I. Joe. But that's pretty cool.
Does he have goggles on and a visor?
Yeah. Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Or is it a black bow? No, it's definitely goggles.
That's what I was going to say. It kind of looked like a Hello Kitty bow. Just
yeah. Hello Cobra. Faceplate and goggles? Well, you never know. It's all about the accessories, isn't it?
First.
That's
There's
right.
a lot of dust in those combat zones.
Exactly. You never know. Yeah, they are cool. Look how cool that is. Vipers are cool. No wonder Mercer joined them. That's where he left his cool belt buckle too. He left his cool belt buckle on the Cobra Viper.
So cool that every single one of them has rolled up their sleeves.
Yep. Correct. But that's the uniform. You know, you got to show off those arms. You got to give it a bit of sun.
Show off a bit of elbow.
All right, so let's have a look at the Viper file card. Give it away, take it away, give it away, take it away.
Vipers are the backbone of the Cobra Legions. They are highly motivated, superbly trained, and formidably equipped. All Vipers are issued a combination assault rifle grenade launcher, the rifle part of which can function as a short burst assault weapon, a sustained fire cover support weapon, or a long-range sniper rifle with an advanced light intensification night vision telescopic sight with built-in rangefinder. That was a
there you go.
Yeah, pretty awesome weapon. Multi-layer body armor and wraparound acrylic composite helmets with built-in RTO gear are standard issue. And RTO stands for radio telecommunications. If you want to get anywhere in Cobra, you have to start out as a Viper. That's the very bottom of the pyramid, and serving in the Cobra infantry is a small price to pay to gain access to the glittering prizes at the top. Cobra doesn't reward success with parades and medals. They offer material wealth, power, and an outlet for the terrible urges that drive the greedy, the envious, and the cruel. If that doesn't make a Viper a dangerous opponent, nothing does.
There you go. They kind of look that now. There were blue shirts before the Vipers, and I guess I always thought that the blue shirt Cobra guys were lower than Vipers, but I guess maybe Vipers are the bottom. But I think they look cool, and I like that belt buckle with the Cobra symbol on it. It would be cool if Mercer had that belt buckle instead of just those ones there, and just had like a cross through it. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
And the blues don't match.
Interesting with the file card there, though. That like, so yeah, say Cobra is bad, but they're probably only just as bad as McDonald's.
Goggles are to still protect the eyes while eating. That makes sense. I always have a pair of eating goggles, so you don't want to ruin the pearly blues. Goggles are just there for a cool factor. I've never been accused of being cool, so it's not why I have goggles. It's the eating thing. And in the US, the US Marines, at least, it's actually a uniform requirement to have your sleeves up or down based on the season climate, as decided by the base or unit commander. So there you go. And you know what they say?
Because knowing is half the battle.
Space Commando. That is what they say. So there you go. I did not know that, and that is good to know. But you think we'd be done with the Renegades by now? Does this put Mercer anywhere above or below where your expectations were before, knowing where he's come from? He probably has a little bit more.
I'd say probably a little bit more, because when you think of just your general Cobra troopers, they don't seem particularly badass because that's the guy that all your good guys used to kick around. But seeing it in writing, it makes it seem a little more serious.
But you'd think Mercer's story ends there. It doesn't, because he came out with another actual version 2 of Mercer. So when we had
with the $1 million Mercer face.
Exactly, the $1 million. Now I think he looked at Taurus and was like, "Ooh, a beard, I could rock that." So I think that's what happened here. But you'll see his name is now changed.
Cecil.
It's now Richard S. Cecil, not to be confused with Zazel. Take it away. Let's find out a little bit about Mercer.
Okay, so he's a mercenary. He's an explosives expert. Still he was from Virginia before, wasn't he?
Let's find out.
Mercer was the
sorry about that. Sorry. I just want to see if he was still. My apologies. West Virginia, Spencer. West Virginia.
So he's from a different part of West Virginia. All right.
It's just regular Virginia now.
Yep. He's moved east in the world.
All right, I'll shut up. Read.
Mercer was the only Cobra Viper to defect to G.I. Joe. He originally signed up with Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, an outfit
Nope. He did not. It was supposed to be Renegades.
Yeah. Nice. Then he's got a different name, so maybe they've just killed him off and brought in a replacement.
Maybe. Carry on. Sorry. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
So secret that the Pentagon never acknowledged their existence. Recently transferred into the main body of the G.I. Joe team, Mercer is invaluable as a tough fighter and as a source of inside information on Cobra tactics and battle doctrine. Although the rest of the G.I. Joe weren't too thrilled about having a defector in the ranks, especially one from Cobra, we soon developed a grudging respect for his no-nonsense attitude and coolness under fire. We also didn't mind the fact that Mercer is strong enough to carry an 88mm Stanford rocket launcher with an ample supply of anti-tank armaments. None of this means that we like him very much, but then again, he doesn't like us very much either.
That's fair. There we are.
You don't have to like your co-workers. It's as long as there's a professional atmosphere.
This is the very definition of I'm not here to make friends. So it's got a different name, a different look, a different birthplace, and a different unit from when he originally signed up from. So he was supposed to be a renegade, but they put down Marauders. So there's a few things there not quite adding up. Could it be, Kaz reckons, could it be that they had to change his name and his appearance because Cobra put a bounty on his head? That's a good question. Now, you know how I told you didn't have to pick one? Because they came in a 3-pack. That's great news. Right? So your mum's taking you out shopping and you can buy one G.I. Joe and you get to pick the Renegade 3-pack. That's good news. You don't have to pick. However, in an alternate reality, you lived in the UK and you were buying G.I. Joe Action Force and you could only buy one toy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Now you're in trouble because they came single-carded on Action Force. I got this image from bloodforthebaron.com. Link should also be in the description. Buddy, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to pick a toy now. It's either Mercer. And I think now we've got a definitive answer on who gets what backpack because they've only gone and put them in these single packs.
Good point.
Was he an E9 in the first one? Let's have a look. We can do that. Well, in this image here, what is he on this one? E5. And then here, E5 again. So he's gone from E5, E9, Sergeant Major. There you go. What those mean, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Bloodforthebaron.com. Check it out. And Mercer. Oh, yeah. Gaz has picked Mercer. So you get to choose either Mercer with this card art. You get to pick Red Dog with this card art and this specific backpack, or Taurus with this squatting look. This wouldn't sell it. That's not selling any toys. All right. So sorry to put you on the spot, but yeah, you only get to pick one now.
Give us a look at Taurus again. Not Taurus. Red Dog. Yeah. So he's pretty much the same, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
Mercer, Red Dog, or Taurus.
I reckon Red Dog.
Yeah. Like I don't blame him because his card art's pretty good.
Yeah, the whole thing works.
Slip disc. And Todd says that the backpacks seem to match the color of the belts too. So brown belt, brown backpack, black belt.
Oh, yeah.
Oops, I've gone too far. Brown belt. Spoils. Has to be Taurus for me. Yeah, look, okay, so I don't know if the file cards are any different on these guys. I forgot to look. Space Commander, tell me. Mercer says because he says Cobra. Chris, did you have these where you were from? Did you have the actual version?
It's pronounced Hawk Tour.
Oh, yikes. Actually, in Australia, we pronounce Cobra. Well, we used to.
Cobra.
Yeah, but that's because you watch too many cartoons.
Yeah, true. I was raised on television.
Yes. Well, back in my day, we called it Cobra. Anywho, I think I would still go Taurus only because I don't know if the connection is still there for being a renegade in the file cards. Space Commander will let me know, but I think if these were on the pegs, I probably would still go with Taurus because he just has that different color palette. There's a lot of red and a lot of blues happening here, and not a lot of yellows. So we get the yellow there.
Do like Mercer's purple pants, unless that's just the.
No, they're definitely blue, but they look purpley there.
That looks pretty awesome.
Yeah,
purple and orange. Can't go wrong with purple and orange.
Speaking of that sound effects you made earlier, that's exactly what Mercer does to a poor scorpion in the desert when you first see him. He just spits on the scorpion. He does. Why didn't I have that clip ready to go? I didn't know. Always have it ready. Anyway. But they did design different card arts, and I think poor Taurus got the brunt of it. But if you're looking at, sometimes the weapons also made the man, and I think he's got a pretty cool weapon that goes with him. Like Chuckles only has a pistol, but he has a cool holster that it goes into. And I think Red Dog's a little bit lackluster when it comes to weaponry. If they came with the sword or the thing on a stick, maybe that would have changed it up. But anyway, you'd think that would be the end of the Renegades that we're going to look at today. No, sir. We aren't over yet, because in 2006, G.I. Joe, the convention, came out with a new Sarge, and this Sarge was a repaint of Gung Ho and is unfortunately a lot shorter than the original Sergeant Slaughter. And Lilith, I've seen your comments asking whether or not the next one's going to be as tall. I'm sure that you're going to throw. Is it going to be as tall? I don't know. I hope so. A new one that comes out is taller than most G.I. Joes, like the original one was. But here he's shorter. He's using the Gung Ho body with a different sculpted head, which I think the sculpted head looks very good. And that card art looks badass. How good is that Sarge? In fact, let's get a closer look at that. You know, a funny story. I was lucky enough to go and stay with Kelly at her house before I went to Joe Fest, and she had like half a dozen of these gathering dust on top of her bookshelf. I was like, and one of them had popped off. One of the bubbles had popped off the card. I'm like, what are these doing up here? She goes, hey, you know, just store them up there. I said, they're covered in dust. I said, do you know what these are? Okay, well, thanks for letting us know, buddy. That is a convention set. Hands off that warthog, Lilith. Hands off that warthog. I'm going to try for it. They did come with their own Warthog. I do have this version's armadillo. Anyway, I don't have the images of that. But how cool is that three? They're back in the 3-pack.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I believe that they're using the body of Clutch from the Mega Marines. They all get the same backpack now. You don't have to decide. Everyone gets the same backpack. Everyone gets the same uniform. However,
just got the touches of their original color.
Exactly.
That's cool. That's a nice touch.
Bloody buddy. All right, the game is on. Now we are gonna find that there are some. Well, we don't have the individual backpacks that we used to have, and it is in the correct order this time of the card. Correct. Well done. Good spotting. Good spotting on that one. They were a little light on accessories, but now they've made up for it. They've made up for it. Yeah. So I do have these guys on card, and I have definitely got this guy. But it was so weird seeing 6 or 7 of them just gathering dust. I was like, oh, man. Crazy. Let's take a closer look. But let's have a close look at, how good is that picture of Sarge? That's probably the most realistic Sarge as far as card art is concerned. Less like a cartoon and more like the man. So good. You don't have to try and read that. I've got a closer image of that file card, but I just really wanted to show that picture. So good. All right, let's have a look at the file card. Let's find out what's going on with old Sarge. Sorry, it's a bit blurry.
File name, classified, although we all know it's Ron.
Yeah, Ron Rebus.
Infantry drill instructor, desert survival trainer. Birthplace, Paris Island, South Carolina.
Been to Paris. I haven't been to Paris Island, but I have been to South Carolina.
The G.I. Joe team is known for its ultra-tough members who can stare down a horde of enemy troops without batting an eye. So it takes an exceptional individual to qualify as drill instructor for the team. Sergeant Slaughter is that guy. Even seasoned soldiers quake in their boots when the sergeant glares and snarls a command. How tough is he? He can drill trainees into the ground for 72 hours straight without breaking a sweat, and marches over their backs while they're doing finger push-ups. Legend has it that he brushes his teeth with barbed wire, shaves with a blowtorch, and spits bullets. He's been known... Why
didn't I have the clip?
He's been known to ride his APV through enemy fortresses rather than blow them up just because it takes less time and he enjoys making an enormous mess.
Same.
Nobody is going to take out the large Sarge. These mercenaries may think they're tough, but when you mess with the best, you also face his renegade trio. Sergeant Slaughter has the home court advantage, and his 3 sentinels will defend him to the bitter end. They are all ready to face the enemy and slap the ugly right off their faces.
Take that.
Addie's disease, and welcome to the slaughterhouse.
Ooh, give me chills. So it looks like there's an attack. Looks like there's an attack on the slaughterhouse. Zazel, do you know the motorcycle figure Leonard resembles the Sarge? You're talking about the one with the helmet and the mustache, or you're talking about the guy with the campaign cover and no mustache? I think the one with the campaign cover and no mustache might be called Large Sarge. Actually, I don't think it is. I think it's someone else. Anyway, yes, I know a few of them.
I have a Leonard guy with the campaign cover somewhere.
Yeah, I thought it was Large Sarge, but I don't think it is. I think it's actually oh yeah, the helmet version. Yeah. Now I need that helmet version so I can have a motorcycle cop version of Sarge. Now you got me thinking. What's his name? What's the guy? I think it's like, I know there's one called like Whispering Willie or something. They got weird names. Anyway.
Yeah.
So it sounds. Do you have the motorcycle guy with the mo?
Nah.
That would be dumb. That'd be silly. Maybe it's Buzzsaw or Whiplash. I think it's Whiplash. Whipsaw? Maybe it's Whipsaw. It's Whip someone. I'm sure it is. What do I know? Anyway, this isn't a core show today. We're talking G.I. Joe, although I do love the core.
Yeah, we should take a look at them sometime.
Let's do it. Let's do that. We'll do it soon. All right. So it sounds like there's an attack at the slaughterhouse because it says that there's a home court advantage here, and the 3 sentinels of the Renegades will defend to the bitter end. So I don't know. We've got a little bit more reading to do to find out what exactly is happening here. What's the story? What's the story, Morning Glory? Oh, look at Taurus. Oh, so good.
He's got the sword.
He's got it. He's got his Spriggle sword. Now, here are some of the additions, right? Now, because they all got the same body mold, which is clutch, they're missing the cool belt buckle. So the Collectors Club, this came out with the G.I. Joe Collectors Club. This was an exclusive that you could only get at the convention, the G.I. Joe convention, or on their website for a short amount of time. So they were limited numbers. In fact, I think Sarge was a limit of 1,000. So imagine seeing 6 of them just gathering dust somewhere. Anyway, I'll get off that. It gets me every time. So yes, it is nice camouflage. I like that they've all gone with the camouflage, but the additions are, you can see there's a tattoo. That Taurus symbol is tattooed on his arm now. So he has a tattoo of the Taurus, and he's got his Spriggle sword. He has and he keeps the green and the yellow. The collar's yellow, so he's got the shirt. So that's cool. I like that. And the heads on all of these guys were resculpted based on. So the only thing that's new are the heads, and they're resculpted based on their original figures. So they're not the exact same ones. They're resculpted, and I think that looks pretty good for Taurus. He looks good. Let's find out a little bit about Taurus on his file card. Take it away, please.
He's still got that unpronounceable name. Was a circus acrobat in Europe who did occasional undercover work for Interpol. Unfortunately, his penchant for scimitars and other exotic edged weapons left too many telltale injuries. He soon found himself out of work and looking for a sign, wandering in the desert and mountains with a circus troupe recruited by G.I. Joe and sent to the secret training facility codenamed the Slaughterhouse. Ooh. He knew he had found his calling with like-minded rebels who honor justice but have a few problems with authority. Only a tough-as-nails drill instructor like Sergeant Slaughter can keep him in line, but when he is done, all of his renegades will be perfect.
Perfect. Nice.
Hearing of Cobra Commander's threat to the Sarge, Taurus somehow acquired 3 lightweight multi-threat tactical body armor systems from a secret future soldiers program being tested in their vicinity. He outfitted the Renegades without a thought to his personal safety, rushed off to the Sarge's defense, unaware of the strength of the combined forces with which they would have to contend. I do not like his face. Let us remove it. Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that's why they're all. That's why they're all wearing the same outfit. You see, is that he's gone and gotten them all of this armature. Don't worry about sleeves though. Don't worry about that. We'll put a grenade on there.
Yeah, the best armor.
Yeah, that's right. Then we'll take a look at Red Dog. Red Dog's got the tattoo of a number 1 now. Instead of having it on his jersey, he's just like, put a 1 there, please. Just slap it on. And
he's got a big
that big stick in the middle comes apart so that you can have 2 of those cool fighting sticks that he had before in the cartoon.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, could have been a super soldier serum. So let's take a look at Red Dog's file card. We see a little bit of a difference there with the blue and the red from Taurus before, but all the same armor, and he's got that tattoo. And that head sculpt it's pretty good. It's better than the prototype version, but yeah, it's better than that one. All right, let's have a look at the file card. Oh, what's wrong with me today? Go on, give it a crack.
David, Red Dog Tapu could have had a pro footballer career as a barefoot place kicker, but he was permanently suspended for excessive roughness. While his recklessness was too uncontrollable for the regular G.I. Joe team, Sergeant Slaughter recognized his potential and took him under his wing as part of his personal experiment in rehabilitation, known as the Renegades program. Since they don't officially exist, they can function with very little restraint, but if they are compromised, they're on their own. All their missions are covert, and they are even paid through a special fund earmarked as Pentagon Pest Control. Red Dog may never learn to fully control his animalistic rage because there always seems to be a good use for it. When the Renegades found out about the threat to Sergeant Slaughter by intercepting a messenger, Red Dog literally chomped at the bit to join the mission to protect him. He had a he literally chomped at a bit, like he had a bit.
He had one in there, yeah. They kept him muzzled.
Let me at him. Let me at
Let me at him.
He was barely contained by his comrades, nearly crazed in his desire to save their leader before his training camp literally becomes its namesake. Fourth down, time to punt. You.
So the headband screams fame. What was the other one that came out with with the flash dance? She had a headband and flash dance too. So now we're getting a little bit of the bigger picture here. In that there was a messenger saying something about a threat to Sergeant Slaughter, which I imagine is quite a bit all the time. So they're all going to band together, these renegades. Maybe they were what's the word when they're no longer a group? You're disbanded. Maybe they disbanded, and now they're coming back together to go back to the slaughterhouse to protect, or help to protect the slaughterhouse and defend Sergeant Slaughter. But rounding out the Renegades, we've got our buddy Mercer, who's decided to not only get a Cobra tattoo, but to take that extra mile and put a cross through it.
Hey, you got the mark.
And other than the arms, I don't think that there's any color difference between the uniform. I think the red and the blue is the same for Red Dog.
Yeah. Which is smart from a business point of view.
Lilith, I don't think so. It's a good callback because a lot of the mailaways for Sarge was that he was captured, and a lot of the other ones, I think if you go back and look, a lot of the other ones are also that he's captured again. Which one of us is frozen? Is it me or you? Which one of us froze?
Maybe me, because I don't look frozen to me.
No, good. So I think it's just a good callback to those days. I think it might just be a new mission, considering this is now after G.I. Joe the movies. However, maybe. Got to get tough. All right, let's have a look at Mercer's file card. He looks pretty cool. No complaints from me. But let's have a look and see what it says. Let's get some answers out of our pal.
Felix Mercer Stratton was the only Cobra Viper that ever defected to the G.I. Joe team and survived. While some team members are still wary around him, even after voluntarily wearing an electronic monitoring armband, he has proven himself to Sergeant Slaughter on countless occasions, which is no easy task. Although his knowledge of the inner workings of Cobra is valuable, his infiltration skills are his greatest asset. Once he even joined the mainstream G.I. Joe team as an official member by changing his name and appearance, but he soon grew tired of playing by the rules and returned to the life on the edge that being a renegade guarantees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's back. He's back in the band.
So he's back as Felix Stratton as well. So he changed his name and he joined the real outfit, grew the beard, changed his name to Felix, and he changed his birthplace. But the band on his arm that they're talking about here, which was what did they say it was? A tracking thing?
Yeah.
Electronic monitoring armband is their explanation for having this armband here. And that explains his change of name from his file cards between the first and second one. Yep, I was lucky enough to be a part of that play motion. G.I. Joeberg did do a great Renegade series. I got to be the Sarge. And I also got to be Chuckles, and I also got to be Wild Bill. I got to be a couple of people on that one. Anyway, a little bit more on the file card there.
Mercer's loyalty to the one man who gave him a second chance knows no bounds. Upon hearing of Cobra Commander's challenge to eliminate the Sarge, the former Viper immediately rounded up the other Renegades. The trio suited up in their new body armor system and headed to the top secret training camp to protect their mentor. I used to be a big bad Cobra. Now I'm just a mean snake stomping machine.
How cool is that?
Very
so they got
cool.
to come back. They got to come back as
the reunion tour, the John Farnham experience.
What is that? The final tour. Every tour. I don't want to say tour now because you're going to say, is it the Hawk tour? No. Anyway, being one Renegades is more fun than being a Joe. I agree. So here's one for the chat. Do we think that Falcon was one of the Renegades, or was he just a temporary placement? I like to think of him as one of the Renegades. So later on, we'll look at the Marauders. But later on, they did get to join the Marauders too. In the modern era, they got Marauders versions of their outfits. We'll look at those another day, maybe. We'll definitely look at the Marauders. But that was a 3-pack that came out. Now, there was, and I don't have images of it here because I want to do maybe the next one. There was a Cobra La counterpart to this 3-pack set. So the Cobra had a 3-pack set at the same time. And that came with Globulus, Nemesis Enforcer, and one of the Royal Guards for Cobra La. So we might have a look at that next time. But that was our look.
I hear Nemesis Enforcer referred to a lot, so that'd be good.
Yeah. You don't know too much about Nemesis Enforcer? We're about to find out. Falcon was part of the Renegades. Yeah, I agree. All right, so yeah, we'll do the Cobra La 3-pack next time because there were some crazy pictures of their prototypes as well. And if you thought these guys had weird prototypes, well then you ain't seen nothing yet.
Nice.
Oh man, this was. I remember. I don't think I owned these guys. In fact, I'm almost certain I didn't. I have no memory of owning any of these guys, and I definitely do remember seeing the 3-packs in Kmart's, but I don't think I ever owned them. Mostly because I didn't have Sarge to go with them. But yeah, oh, so cool. Gaz is saying he wasn't, but he earned his spot on the Renegades. Oh yeah, fair enough. That's a good call. That's a good call. I think I'd rather be a Renegade and hang out with the Sarge than be a full-time Joe. Like there's less like you still got to work hard, don't get me wrong. He's going to put you through the ringer, but you know you've got deniability as well. Like if things go wrong, it's like you're not held accountable. It's just like we're off the book.
Sounds like there's next to no paperwork too. So that'd be
right. Well, I don't think half of them can read. So so yeah, maybe not. But yeah, that's our look. We've got a circus acrobat. We've got a sports/stunt stuntman, and we have an ex-Cobra Viper who's seen the light. And that's our look at Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades. Woo! Good stuff. But we'll do the Cobra 3-pack next week.
Sounds awesome.
So after all of that, I think that they are better together as a unit than they are individually. But I do gravitate towards Taurus, just because I think it's a great look. Shipwreck. I'm surprised Shipwreck's even a G.I. Joe. And speaking of Cobra, wasn't Shipwreck hanging out at a Cobra bar? Right? Wasn't he? Yeah. He would definitely not make it. However, I think that if anyone probably could have gone through the slaughterhouse training, it's a bit rough and tumble. Maybe the refrigerator. He could have been in there. Maybe Beachhead could have survived it. The tough ones definitely could survive slaughterhouse schooling, like Beachhead and the fridge. Maybe Bazooka. Like Bazooka's not bright, but he's tough. Anyway, Outback definitely. Yep. for sure. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. That's what we got. Oh, yeah, roadblock as well, for sure. For sure. That was a lot of slides to go through. I appreciate you hanging in there while we had a look at them.
I appreciate you putting it all together. It's good fun.
Yeah, they're a favorite. They're a favorite of mine for Sergeant Slaughter related reasons. And any excuse to have another look at Sergeant Slaughter. It's my least. So I'll show you one more time this Sarge. It's my favorite of the Sarges that I have in my collection, just because standing side by side, he is like a head shorter, or like half a head shorter maybe. So it's very noticeable that it's not the same height. But that picture is so good. Oh,
yeah,
I love it.
That card art's pretty awesome.
And Sarge had a few of them at Joe Fest that he was signing too, so that was good to see them floating about. Yeah. But I reckon now he's going to have a few triple T's Transformers that he's going to be signing at the next Joe Fest.
Yeah, people standing in line with their big boxes.
Yeah. Sign it, please. I hope to be back at Joe Fest. I hope. We'll see what happens. But you got to come along too, Nate. You got to make it too.
What if I could?
I think the last show I got as a kid was Sci-Fi. Nothing past 86. That's a shame because there was quite a few cool ones after 86. But Sci-Fi was one of my favorite shows. So that's a good one to go out on. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for hanging in there. Yeah, and Jay Bartlett would definitely say he's got a big head. But yeah, man, just love that art. Oh, it's too good. Anyway, I better end the stream before I hop to it. I blame you. I blame you for bringing that in. But do check out Nate's channel. The link is in the description. Make sure you
check it out one time, won't you?
Oh, little thing of going. Hope to go to Joe Fest next year or one after. Well, we'll try and tee it up so we can Aussie representation down at Joe Fest again. That'll be cool.
Yeah, but we won't break dance.
Have a few beers. No, we will not break dance. So I've mentioned before to some people on in the chats who are asking what the Australian what we think of it. And I said, as an Aussie, I will defend another Aussie's right to do a thing that they're doing. However, if we were all at the pub and we're all having beers and that person was there, we'd probably in a playful way, we'd give them a good ribbing.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say so.
I think you disagree. Spacey! Oh, what have you got coming up, Nate? You got a video coming up soon.
Me?
Yeah, you said you had one lined up. Or did I? Was that the one that just went?
We had one last night.
Yeah, was that the? Okay, well, tell us about that one.
It was an unboxing video. Someone, a new friend that I met down in Newcastle a couple of weeks ago, sent me a box full of broken Motu figures. So I opened that up as an unboxing, and also had a look at all the 10 liters of toys that I picked up from Newcastle Collecticon.
10 liters? Yeah, that's a lot of toys. I like that toys are being measured in liters now, and that's how I'm going to measure all of them. We've decided that toys are measured in liters, and Taurus has tater tots in his pocket.
Yep. It's canon.
First round's on me. It is canon. I've got a I think it's at 2:30 a.m. Space Commander is at 2:30 a.m. my time. Can you please tell me if that's what we were doing last time? Anyway, we're hanging out for incoming transmission with Brian Hickey again. He's coming. He's like he wants to hang out with us for some reason. Like he couldn't get enough of us on the last two times. We thought we would have bored him already, but he's like, no, I could do this a third time, maybe final time. So hanging out with Space Commander. I always have to check on the time zones because I never remember. In fact, every time that we go live, before I do, I always message you because it's 4:30. It's 4:30 my time. Don't be sorry. That's better than 2:30. 4:30 is fine. Believe me, 4:30 is fine. 2:30 is hard. But I always go through our messages and go, oh, what time did we stream again? And I'll look at it because I'll go look through the chat and I go, oh, it was 7:30 last time, but it's not always 7:30. Sometimes it's 6:30. Sometimes it's 8:30. Anyway, So that's why I always message with like, are we doing it 7:30?
Yeah.
Anyway, so 4:30 we'll be streaming live. Incoming transmission with Space Commander. Space Commander, I hope you've got some props because I've got some slides for one character, but we think we're talking about 4 characters, and I've only prepared myself for 1. So you have some props handy. Help me out on this one because it's Incoming Transmission is a show that we do. Yeah, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And at my age, it's coming ever closer.
He only needs 3 hours of sleep a night and 6 through the day.
Yeah. That's right. When do I get to sleep? It's a good question. Who needs it? Who needs it? You think I look this good by getting my beauty sleep? No, definitely not. All right, let's get out of here. But thanks for hanging out with us. I hope to see some of you at 4:30 a.m. It's going to be interesting to see how I look. You know, if you think I look bad now, you're about to see some serious shit. All right, and with that, thanks for hanging out with us, Nate. I always love hanging out, talking over you while you try to get the voting. Yeah, good. All right, I'll see you on the next one.
Yo, Joe.
Yo. Full force.
Hey man, no strangers here. These times I hold them dear. Doors open, so come on in. Yeah, that was great. Let's do it again. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Space Commander.